Good morning, everybody. How is everybody this morning? It is Thursday morning, I believe. Kind of hazy, overcast. May get a little rain later, the weather lady said. And it's all good. All this humidity and sticky temps and stuff like that doesn't surprise me that it's going to kick up a little thunderstorm or so. But let's see who we got hanging out with us today. We have Big D in the house. Says 65 headed to 83 in gorgeous Brooklyn, Michigan. All righty. Good to see you, Dave. Larry Gault, 71. 71 now, 91 later. 71 now, 91 later. No rain in the forecast. All right. Sounds good, Larry. Steven Toronto's here this morning. How you doing, Steven? Good to see you. Steve Gronsky's here. He says, I guess summer has arrived. 77 going to 96. Yeah. I would say it's about here. Paul Stewart. Good morning, Paul. How are you doing? Troy Pritchard's in the house. Ooh, got a tickle in my throat here or something. Nothing, a little coffee won't help. Good morning, Troy. Let's see who else we got here. Christina's here. How you doing, Christina? Good to see you. Earl Walker, 61 going to 78. All righty. Mark Lindsay CNC's here. Clearing 55 in Southern Oregon. Looking for a high of 84. That sounds all right. LB Sharp, how you doing, LB? Let's see, Mike Reynolds is here. How you doing, Mike? Good to see you this morning. David Outdoors 74 says, good morning, everyone. Good to see you. Let's see, Wilson Rubottom's here. Good morning, Wilson. Doc Whitaker's in the house. How you doing, Doc? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Gary Hammett Wood Creations. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Javi. How you doing? Kevin Ells. Still got the stalled construction going on over there. Good to see you, Kevin. Janet Moore over on Facebook. How you doing, Janet? Good to see you. Let's see. Steve Murish. All right. Good morning, Steve. There's Hitch Hamilton. How you doing, Hitch? Jim Senecola says headed to 84 today. Let's see who I'm missing. There's Bob Sims from across the pond. How you doing, Bob? Good to see you as always. Doug Sisk. Rain for the garden, he says. Yeah, I saw your little tour of your garden. It did look a little dry, so it looks like you need some rain. But your garden looked good. Looked really good. I'm envious. I wish I could have a garden like that. My favorite solar man's here this morning, as well as Bart Bixel. Jason Clifford says, morning, Mr. Dave. How you doing, Jason? Good to see you. All righty. I think we're caught up with the comments. So, I haven't watched a whole lot of news this morning. I'm just trying to keep it turned off and not even watch it. It's it's pretty much when you get up and turn on the news, it looks the same as it did yesterday. So, Janet wants to know if Jim recovered from his COVID scare. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it a COVID scare because he tested negative for COVID. So I don't know what kind of junk he had, but yeah, I haven't talked to him in a few days, but when I talk to him on the phone, he sounds just like he always did. He sounds really good, but he's laying low and getting his immunities built back up and stuff because he was pretty rough there for a while, but yeah, he's doing well. Thanks for asking, Janet. Ray Whitaker says, good morning. Part of the garden in just in time for rain. Good. How you doing, Ray? Good to see you. Mark Kyle says, morning, Dave, from late evening in Oz. All right. Here's Bob Sims. On this day in 1989, Eastern Europe's first partial free elections in 40 years held in Poland. Solidarity Party comes to power. All right. We can always count on Bob for those little on this day history lessons. I like those. Keep them coming, Bob. I got something, it's don't ask me why. I have no idea. But sometimes things just pop into my head, and I have no idea why they do. But I had something pop into my head yesterday, and I got to thinking about it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to kind of look that up and see. And this may be, when I mention this may be something that nobody else has even heard of, except for some of my Indiana peeps. Because the best I can tell from what I've looked up is this may be an Indiana thing. But anyway, like I said, don't ask me how this stuff pops into my head, but it does. It comes out of nowhere. But the other day, I got to thinking about senior cords. Does anybody know what I'm talking about when I say senior cords? They used to be a thing, and apparently, like I said, when I tried to look them up, the only thing I found on them was always in Indiana. So apparently it's an Indiana thing. But I don't know why I started thinking about those, but you never see them anymore. I mean, I haven't seen them in years. And in fact, I don't even remember. I think they were kind of a thing, and then they'd already faded out before I got to the high school thing. But I see some folks saying they know what I'm talking about here. Hobby says, of course, they still are. They're a thing? How come you never see them anywhere? Doc says, yep, I know Doc would remember them. Gary says, yeah, they have them here. Doug says, Danville stopped the tradition about 65 to 69. Yeah, because I don't remember seeing them when I was in high school, but I remember my older siblings having them. In fact, the lady that lived next door to us, she used to do the artwork on them for people. She was real talented. Yeah, look at Bob. He's quick on the Google, isn't he? Because I've got that thing right here. Same thing. Retro indie. Senior chords were an Indiana phenomenon for teenagers. But for those of you who don't know what they are, yeah, I think Javi may be talking about something different. But this was, the gals had skirts, I guess you'd call them. See, here's an old-timey pic here. But they were like kind of corduroy slacks and skirts and stuff. And the thing was, you would get them all painted up with like almost like a NASCAR driver with all this stuff on them. But yeah, you can't find any of that for all the junk. But anyway, if I look at some of this stuff, let me turn this off a second in case I run across something that I shouldn't show on here. But if I just Google senior chords and then hit the images, yeah, I'll turn this back on now. But yeah, you can see this is what it was. It was, see, like here's a good example. They put what year they're graduating, and I don't know what they decided to put on them, just stuff they liked or whatever. But yeah, I think, yeah, your hobby. Come on, there we go. Yeah, you're talking about a different kind of cord. This is clothing that students wear, and they had it all painted up and stuff. Let's see if I can. Yeah, hard to find some good pictures. But see, all of these are, like if they played football or something, they'd have that on there. Booster Club, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Well, this isn't CHORDS, it's CORDS. And I think they called them cords, short for corduroy, because these were always corduroy. I can't find a good picture to get zoomed in. But this was always corduroy material. Yeah, thank you, Doug. Corduroy. But anyway, Bob Sims says, according to Purdue University archives, the trend started in 1904 when Purdue, again in Indiana, seniors noticed a bolt of yellow corduroy. Anyhow, I just thought I'd share that. I knew some of you old Danville folks would remember that stuff, but I guess I can see. Doug said that they stopped it in the late '60s, and I know there was, from what I read in this article, that I can't remember where I read it. But anyway, they started getting a little risque and stuff, I guess, with the stuff they put on them. So they finally had to, and I can only imagine what they would have on them now if they had them. But anyhow. Yeah. Mark Lindsay says senior chords are popular among guitarists. But you're talking about the old guitarists like Keith Richards and stuff, though, right? The senior guitarists. Yeah, it's kind of like graffiti on pants. I don't know why. Like I said, I never had a set of them, and I remember my older sisters did, but I don't know why that popped into my head the other day. I'm like, I wonder whatever happened to those, because I don't even remember in any of the yearbooks I have. You don't see any pictures of them. because it was already a fad that was over with for whatever reason by the time I got in high school. But there you go. So if you didn't know what senior cords were, now you do. And like I said, in this article that I read, it only talks about different places in Indiana. It doesn't mention anywhere else. So I always thought they were kind of cool myself. Because, like I said, the lady next door, she used to paint them up and stuff. So, I'd go over there and she'd have stacks of them laying around on her sofa where she was doing them for people. I always thought they were kind of cool. But anyway, I guess they had to kind of put a stop to that when they start getting a little, crazy. Let's see what we got going on here. Bunch of comments, and I can't read half of them. Gary says, here they get a cord for different things that they wear around the neck. Yeah, I saw those too, but yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about pants and skirts is what it was back then. Because back then, at least in Indiana, girls didn't wear pants to school. They had to wear dresses and skirts and stuff like that. And then they finally slacked up on that. I guess in the 70s, started letting them wear pants and stuff. But yeah, back in the day, believe it or not, there used to be a dress code for stuff. Pretty much anything goes now. Johnny's here in the house this morning. How you doing, Johnny? Traditions among high school students have faded. It's sad. Yeah. Something else. That just made me think of something else, too. And I think this is a neat thing, and I don't know why they still don't do it. I guess I'm just old. I like that old stuff. But you remember when they used to have, Doug, I bet you remember this, and Janet, they used to have what they call a senior paddle. And it would be that little small paddle, and it would have like something engraved on it. I think I forget who it was that made those. Was it Richard Bennett Furniture? Or I know he made the little boxes. You remember those? But yeah, I can remember people would have that little wooden paddle, and it would have DHS, 66 or whatever year they graduated, and they'd hang them on their rearview mirrors and stuff like they used to do the tassel, or whatever you call that thing. Anybody still got their little tassel thing that they used to have on your rearview mirror? I still got mine. Doug says you run across them at sales and auctions once in a while. What? Doc, they don't even build floats anymore? Oh, man, things have changed. The paddle factory, yeah, that's it. I remember in one of the yearbooks, there's a picture at the paddle factory, and I think, if I remember right, Lisa Stafford was in that picture. He's Danville Paddle Factory, yeah. You got your gown. I don't know what happened to my gown. I don't even know if we got those or if that was something we bought. I guess it was. I don't know. But I still have my tassel. Is that what you call it, tassel? That's what, that little thing you hang off your hat. Yeah, we're getting some Danville history here. Bill White owned the paddle factory made right in Danville. Yeah. Yeah. So what do they do that's still the same, or is it all different? I guess everything changes. It's been a long time, but most students don't even know their school song. Yeah, you might be right there. Jim Evans would be a CNC guy today. Yeah. Well, I'm guessing back in those days he probably made those with a either a pin router or a router table with a template or something. Let's see. Yep, tassel from high school and college. Yeah. Dave Mack said he's a little late today. That's okay, Dave. You've been out on your walk with Jax. My two have already been out to the mailbox and back, so they're wore out. Jack's laying right here behind me, snoring up a storm. You should make a replica of your high school paddle. I actually have a, of course, with CNC, I can draw anything. But I actually had even before I got into CNC, I had a metal template for that because I always thought they were cool. But I don't think if you made them, I don't think anybody'd buy them because they don't understand that tradition, I guess. But yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll make a little replica. Doug says I would be shocked at the clubs they have in school. I'm sure I probably would, Doug. I'm sure I would. And you being involved with stuff like that for what, 30 plus 40, almost 40 years or something. You've seen it all. Dave says he's walking right now. All righty. Look good on the wall behind me. Yeah. Well, I don't think I ever had one of those. That's another one of those things I think they quit doing. I don't remember anybody in my class, but I remember them from previous years. 35 years. Yeah, you're older than dirt, Doug. Doug's way older than me, folks, just so you know. Like a year or something. Terry says, Dave, you need to make some for the class reunion. You buy one. Well, I'd make some if I thought anybody wanted one. Put DHS and then 74 or something like that on there. In fact, that's what I need to do. I'll look up, instead of senior cords, I'll put senior paddles. I doubt if anything's going to come up. You get I don't see anything like what I'm talking about. There's all kinds of paddles, but I know these things are big in college where you put your sorority or fraternity and stuff on them. But yeah, I guess we were just fortunate to have a paddle company right there in Danville to make those. I don't know. Well, let's see, Doc. If I start now, the next reunion won't be until 2024, so I could probably get a bunch of them made. I think about that. But tradition, only those who have gone through it understand it. Yeah. All Things YouTube says, I'm here. Can you start over? Yeah, well, you missed all the good stuff, Matt. That's You and those dumb meetings. You know, you need to get one of those T-shirts that says, let's see, I survived another meeting that should have been an email or something like that. I think that'd make a cool T-shirt. Look up souvenir. Okay, yeah. My brother used his college paddle on his students. Yeah. Man, I remember the paddles that used to hang in the in the hallways of the school. Man. Never when somebody would get called out to get paddling, and everybody get real quiet, and you wham, you hear it. It'd just echo in the halls. That's what's wrong with today's kids. They haven't heard that. They haven't heard that smack and that echo in the hallway. Google souvenir Indiana senior paddles. Let's see. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I'm not really. It's not really finding it. Like I said, that might have been just been an Indiana thing. I don't know. I have a paddle hanging on my wall in there in the kitchen that it's, I won't say full size because I don't know really what a full size paddle is, but that's probably 20 inches long. And mine has Mama's little attitude adjuster engraved on it. I made that a long time ago. Let's see. Mike says, dust that clarinet off for Saturday night. Okay, I don't know who you're talking to there. Yeah. Doug says, I got paddled as a senior for leaving my name off my paper. There were 9 students in the class. Wow. As a senior. Yeah. That's kind of a surprise because I didn't realize you were that type of person that would just leave your name off paper and stir up all that trouble, Doug. Yeah. Today, teacher and administrators cannot touch a student. Whatever happened to spare the rod, spoil the child? Well, we see what you can look around the world today and see what's the result of all that. Just saying. Yeah. Those Hot Wheels, that orange racetrack stuff, that hurt. That hurt. That's why we have spoiled children. Yep. Remember when you had to go cut your switch to get punished? Yeah. And if you didn't pick one out good enough, they'd make you go get another one. My, how times have changed. Well, I guess there's my time right there. I knew it had to be getting close. Let's see. Doug says, you can trace the problems of today straight back to timeout. Yeah. Yeah, I never did get that timeout thing. I tell you, I'll share one little quick story. I remember one time my son, he's a good kid. Well, he's a good man now, but he was a good kid then. But you know how kids are. Sometimes they act up a little bit. And I remember one time when he was, I don't know, he's probably 5 maybe. And he went with me to the grocery store. And you know how kids are. When you get up to the register, they want every little piece of candy. That's why they put all that crap up next to the register. And I'll never forget one time he acted up, and I gave him the look, like, And he went ahead and kept on acting up. So I kind of reached down and gave him a little swat. Nothing, And man, I could just feel the eyes on me. And I thought, I better hurry up and get out of here before somebody calls and has me arrested, But it didn't even bother him, But I'm like, yeah, this is getting ridiculous now. But yeah, you just have to wait till you get home and wear them out, I guess. But it all worked out good. Greg says that was a throwback Thursday show. Yeah, I tell you, Hitch, I have no clue why. I was sitting around yesterday, and all of a sudden, the senior chords popped into my head, and I don't know why I started thinking about it. It's weird how so much stuff happens. I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, but I can remember senior chords from 45 years ago or 50 years ago. So, yeah. All right. Well, my timer went off. I'm going to get busy doing something. Got things to cut on the CNC. Maybe a paddle. Maybe a little retro paddle. If I make one of those, I'll show y'all tomorrow. But yeah, gonna get out of here and get busy. Janet says, I remember boys being asked to take the paddling for the girls because with miniskirts you could not bend over and grab her ankles. Okay. Fortunately, I never got a paddling. I come close a couple of times, but I managed to talk my way out of it. Mr. Noel Peters. I liked him. Good guy. Gosh. Good man. Anyhow, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have an awesome Thursday. Hopefully we'll all meet back here tomorrow and do the Friday thing. Get this weekend kicked off. So y'all have a good one. We'll see you later.